What if I were to tell you you could successfully market your indie film without spending a dime? I'm Jay Horton. I make movies that make money. This is how. Okay, sounds great, but how? Spoiler, it involves social media, and I'm going to spell out how to use it to lead your film to profitability. You might think that marketing your movie without spending a dime, it sounds impossible, especially in an industry where big studios throw millions at marketing. But for us indie filmmakers, there are strategies that can help us stand out without breaking the bank. And yeah, a big part of this strategy involves using social media. I know, yuck. But it's not just about posting randomly and hoping for the best. There's an art to it, and I'm here to break it down for you. First things last, let's talk about the elephant in the room. That disgusting word no filmmaker likes to utter. Self-promotion. Yeah, yuck, gross. Many are just not comfortable with this and never will be. They feel like it's self-congratulatory ego crap, that the work should speak for itself. And in a perfect world, it is how it should be. But this is not a perfect world. There's just no way to put this softly. That state of mind is bullshit. And if that is truly how you feel, you may want to consider another line of work or just do it for a hobby. Because when it comes to filmmaking, marketing now is a built-in part of the indie film business. And on a more personal note, if you truly feel shame when you're discussing your work, there's something not right there. Self-promotion doesn't have to be a dirty word or simply self-aggrandizing or self-congratulatory. In fact, good self-promotion is neither. It's about finding ways to communicate the value you or your work brings to the community. For me, I have a lot of experience making, marketing, and selling movies. So one of my big social media moves is to share my experiences in a way that many see as very helpful. Others make waves with humor or entertaining stuff. Some use shock and friction. There's no one or definitive way. But the thing most good self-promoters have in common is their posts often don't feel like self-promotion. They have an ability to engage audiences, make them feel involved. I often include folks that follow me in big decisions like helping me name the feature or what a sound effect in a particular movie should sound like. I don't always take these suggestions, but I genuinely care and look at them all. And from time to time, I get really good ones. The title of Craving comes from a Facebook friend on a post I made looking for suggestions for a title. The creature sounds in a hard place were inspired by comments on a similar social media post. There's power in social media. Platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok offer incredible opportunities to reach audiences. But it's not just about reaching them, it's about engaging with them. The key to social media marketing is to start early. Begin building buzz around your film during pre-production. Share behind-the-scenes photos, updates about the cast and crew, and teasers about the story. This builds a narrative around your film that your audience can follow. And make it personal. I've found that I get more engagement on promotional posts if I relate it to something personal, a struggle, a joy, something emotional. It gives people something to connect to. A simple, hey, look at my stuff post rarely gets much engagement. And I know there's a huge contingent of filmmakers out there that believe their work should speak for itself. But frankly, that's just not the world we're living in. If you want to get more eyeballs on your stuff, you have to learn how to relate on social media or get left behind by those that do. And a quick word on shooting your load a little too early. While I do believe in starting early and promoting some in pre-production, I just said a bunch about it, don't throw all your best stuff out at once. Promoting a movie is a long game. Make sure you save most of your best stuff for the actual release, which also drives home the need to have a plethora of material, behind the scenes videos, stills, trailers, etc. On Craving, I had over 2 terabytes of behind the scenes materials. That did help my main promotional push last over a year. The movie has now been out since February of 23, and I'm still not quite out of new material for it. And make no mistake, you should have new material. Just repeating the same poster, the same trailer over and over and over, it just will stop having an effect at a certain point. Create compelling, shareable content. This isn't just promotional material. It's about creating value for your audience. Think about what your film has to offer. Is it laughter, insight? Does it scare them? Is it a gripping story? Is it informative, like a documentary? Whatever it is, your content should reflect that. Create short clips, memes, or even thought-provoking posts that relate to your film's theme. And be creative. One thing I did on Craving was a series of these fake weekly world news cover story photos about characters or storylines from the movie. Headlines like "Bat Boy loves Craving" with a silly picture, and it worked really well. Now, back to engagement. I cannot overstate the importance of engagement. Engage directly with the people that engage with your posts. I see a filmmaker all the time, one that's just running a crowdfunder, and it's doing okay, but it would do so much better if he would actually respond to the people that are commenting on his posts. Anyway, respond to comments, ask questions, and participate in discussions. And this is where most filmmakers fail. They see social media as a broadcasting service, like the filmmaker I just mentioned. But social media is not a broadcasting service. It's a dialogue. The more you engage and interact, the more invested your audience will become in your films and your success. When I was running my crowdfunder for A Hard Place, I responded, and in a genuine manner, to 95% of the comments my post got, as many as I possibly could. And I fully believe that that was one of the major things that led me to raise over $100,000 for that movie. Now, while it's great to find a broad audience, don't overlook the power of niche markets. If your film caters to a specific genre of horror, sci-fi, or a documentary, there are communities out there that will be incredibly passionate about your project. And doing this is not easy, but you can find those audiences. Identify where these communities gather online. There could be specific Facebook groups, subreddits, or Instagram hashtags. Participate in these communities. Share relevant content, not just your own shit. And become a contributing member, not just someone who's there to promote their own work. And I know, this sounds like a ton of work, but it doesn't have to be. When I'm promoting a film, I spend no more than 30 minutes a day on social media, and much days usually much less. So let's talk about the long game and building your brand. Marketing a film, for most of us that want to continue doing this, it's not just about promoting a single project. It's about building your brand as a filmmaker. And yes, I know for many that sounds just awful and impossible to do, but it doesn't have to be. One way you can do this is maintain a consistent voice and presence online. Let your audience get to know you, not just your work. Share your challenges, your successes, and lessons learned. This transparency builds trust and keeps your audience engaged long term. I've seen this work firsthand on the last 2 crowdfunding campaigns I've done and on this very YouTube channel. I see every film I do has an opportunity to grow my following further. And finally, use the analytic tools that are available on most social media platforms to track what works and what doesn't. What posts get the most engagement? What time of day are your followers most active? Use this data to refine your strategies continuously. Marketing an indie film does not require a blockbuster budget. It requires time, creativity, and a genuine desire to engage with your audience. Remember, the goal isn't just to sell your current film, it's to build a sustainable career as a filmmaker. By implementing some of these strategies, you can maximize your film's visibility, engage directly with your audience, and pave the way for future projects. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for more insights on making movies that make money. But whatever you do, keep making movies.